Okay. I guess I'm here. I don't know how this happened, but I'm... Dosh Diddy, I sure am here. Pop it there. And that's kind of all the places I want to put it. I don't think anyone else needs to really know. Oh, it says... Like, hi, Tegan! Oh, Tegan, you got an ad. Okay, chat is not showing up, so that's probably a good thing for me to go and look into. Where is chat? Where is chat? It would be in the Minecraft folder. Why is the ad not Lego? If Lego wanted to fund me, let me do a test real quick. Test. There we go. It reloaded. If Lego wanted to actually give me... well, honestly, if Lego said, hey, we want to sponsor you, I wouldn't say, I'll run ads on my service. No, I would say, give me Legos. And that would be the ad compilation between us. Hi, Tegan. Lego sponsored this man's build. See, Lego does do that quite frequently. A number of YouTubers that I follow do occasionally get reached out to from the Lego company, the Lego group, and they're like, hey, we'll give you these sets early if you'll do a video talking about them. And I don't know what the actual metrics are. I don't think they're public, but basically you have to already have an established channel that does primarily Lego content before they'll allow that sort of thing to happen. So me doing variety content, I would not be under consideration. Probably, I don't know. I mean, my numbers are nowhere near high enough for them to even look at me in the first place, so let's not even go there. But yeah, hi. I don't know what happened. I was all set to stream. So we went grocery shopping this morning, right? This morning, we cleaned the house, have my coffee, play with the bunny, and my wife comes back and she says, everyone that I wanted to hang out with today has said, no, I'm not available. My friends, my coworkers, my sibling, they're all like, no, I just want to stay home today. She says, but I want to go shopping. I want to go get a new pair of shoes for my new job and also some pretty pens and a notebook to take notes on my new job. And so she gives me the puppy dog eyes. And even though I had planned to spend my whole day at home working on stuff on the computer, I said, you know what? Yeah, let's go out and go shopping. So we go shopping. We go shopping and we get her shoes and we get her pens and we get her notebook. And then because we want to live dangerously, we say, let's go to Barnes & Noble because it's right next to the Panda Express where we had already agreed we were going for lunch. So we go to Barnes & Noble and I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like, I have X amount of money on my personal Amazon credit card. And if I go into Barnes & Noble's, there's going to be a Lego section and I want to buy some Lego. Oh.
Quiet everyone, or they'll hear us. It's Robotic Rocket here. I hope you enjoy your stay.
Hi, Rocket. Welcome to the stream. I was just trying to capture... This is a live feed, by the way. My hands are actually here. I'm just trying to catch everyone up on what happened today that led to this scenario. So we go to Barnes & Noble's, and at first I was like, I'll just get a couple of the small $10 sets. There's ones with otters in it. There's ones with a squirrel in it. Like, I had these on my to-get list because they're small and cheap. But then I saw that they had this bad boy. Let me pull it over. The camera will most definitely need to be moved to catch it all, if it can. So this... Oh, no, it's good at all. So this is set number 31139, Cozy House. This is actually the set that I wanted to get at first when I went to the... Oh, this glare is bad. Let's move that up. Just turn this light off. There's no need for it. That glare is too bad for me. There we go. Oh, no, glare is still bad. It's because of the setting sun. This is the set that I wanted to get when I went to the Lego store in Disney Springs the other week. They had one on display at the Lego store, but they didn't have one for sale, which really bummed me out. The reason why this is so important to me specifically is because it includes references to past Lego sets in the toys little Junior here has. And one of them is the Rock Raiders Granite Grinder, which is kind of like a holy grail sort of thing. But we'll get to that when we get to that. I don't know if we're gonna actually build this today. But so I get this. It's $60. This is the full price, but also it's not the secondhand market price. This is finding one of these in store. Is already going to be very difficult because it has been over 2 months since it first released. It'll show up randomly, but you can never bet on it, right? So I saw this and I was like, oh, you know what? I've been good. I deserve it. I'll splurge. So I picked this up, and at the same time, my wife walks into the aisle and she stops dead in her tracks, looks at the box, and I tweeted this, but she said in that tone of voice she uses when a dog or cat has something in their mouth they shouldn't have, she says, "What do you think you're doing?" Because like in the car, I had said, hey, will you be upset if I use my credit card to buy myself a Lego set? And she says, it's your credit card, Gata, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then I pick up this thing and she's like, what do you think you're doing? And I said, I have credit card. And she's like, God damn it, Gata. But the, not the flex, but the Twitch payment, this coming in the next week or so, the 15th of July, will be enough for all my subscriptions to cover this. So I was like, you know what? I deserve this. I see it in the wild. I need to get it. It was this or the Lego Ideas Sonic set. And that was a full 80, and I was like, 60's already pushing it. I can't push it any further. So I picked this up. The Sonic Ideas set should not be impossible to part out if I miss a chance to buy it at retail, because everyone has a copy of that damn thing at this point. Gata can have the big Lego set as a treat. Thank you, Rocket. I greatly appreciate it. So I picked this up, and I'm like, yeah, this is the one thing that I'm going to get. I've been a good boy. It's great. And I go home. I get home. I set up for stream. I mess around with the Biku bot a little bit. You may have heard the Howdy has a little doorbell jingle to it now, and I want to get an animation. Like, I was working on the animation, and beautiful wife comes storming out, and she looks at me, and she points a finger at me, and she says, Vigilantes is getting an anime, because My Hero Academia Vigilantes is a series that she's been following, a manga series. And I'm like, oh, that's really good news. And she says, and I have some news for you. And then she tells me that fucking Target has the half-off sale going. I wasn't expecting it until the first week. Yeah, Tegan, I'm sorry if that's spoilers, but apparently Jessica saw on TikTok that Vigilantes is getting an anime. I don't know if it was just announced today or if it's just like that someone spoiled a casting, but apparently Vigilantes is getting an anime, so congratulations. Can you guys fucking not? Thank you. Damn cats. That's not spoilers. That's exciting. It is exciting. It is exciting. I'm not necessarily I'm trying to figure out which way to turn things. I'm not a massive My Hero Academia fan, but like, I'm happy for the people who are. You know what I mean? I think actually this needs to be angled ever so slightly. There we go. Okay, so she tells me fucking Target is having half off on all toys. And she shows me the TikTok. And in this TikTok, this woman is walking through Target aisles. Every single tag has a clearance tag on it. And she's showing off the stuff she's pulling off the shelves. So naturally, my heart gets beating. I'm like, yes. The sets at Target right now, not all of them, I'll get to that point in the story, but the ones that are on clearance are at half off at Targets across the United States. This is a part of a semi-annual event where Target goes Chartered or whatever on their stock to make sense, to make room for the incoming stuff come August, because August 1st is when Lego drops most of their big sets. August is when they're dropping Scorched Earth. That's what I was going for. Thank you. Thank you, Tegan. You're murdering a watermelon so it'll fit in my fridge. So no, take your time. I'm still here. Don't worry about it. So naturally, I panicked and freaked out because it was 5 minutes till stream. Everything was up. The ViaDoTuber thing was up. I had all my music. I had the game running. I was ready to play Stardew Valley. And she says, Target has a half off Lego sale. So I'm like, fuck yeah, we have to go. I am not upset that we went, but it wasn't near as good as I expected it to be. Most of what was on sale was already cleared out. They had the Viking ship, the Lego Creator 3-in-1 Viking ship was on sale. That was out. There was a number of the $100 city sets that were on sale, and those were sold out. It was very slim pickings. What I did pick up was this, the Lego Creator 31123 off-road buggy. This doesn't necessarily appeal to me for anything but parts, but it's originally, I want to say it was originally 15, or 14 something, so it was like $8, $7 or $8 for this. And I'm like, $8 for 160 pieces? That's like double the average price count per piece. So you know what? I like lime green. I like regular green. There's some plates. I'll use this for parts after I build it. So it could be reconfigured into a very nice farm tractor. I did also consider that. I am intending to build a robot character, a robot OC called Tractomax, who is going to be based off of a lime tractor. So having these pieces already in my repertoire is going to be a very, very good investment, 5me. And the other thing that we picked up was this. Now, unfortunately, we cannot do this on stream due to the nature of its, oh gosh, we gotta push that even further back so you can see the whole thing. The nature of how these missions sets work. This is the Lego City 60354 Mars Spacecraft Exploration Missions. This was one of Lego's many attempts at making apps, phone apps, be the core way that kids play with Lego. They tried a couple of series that heavily used apps. Nexo Knights, Hidden Side. The sets were great, but they were primarily focused on downloading an app. Hold on one second. Okay, my KBS dropped for a second, so I was like, we good? We good, bro? Okay, we're fine, though. We're fine. It balanced out again. But yes, so it primarily focused on using an app. All the instructions are in an app. There are no paper instructions, and because it's interactive, it's cute because the idea is that it gives you a basic storyline, and you have a series of parts you can use to solve whatever problems the story throws at you. So it's very interactive. It's mostly just about guiding kids to make their own decisions when building. And that's really neat. That's really cool. Unfortunately, even though these have only been out for a year or two, the app that is used, they've already canceled it. They released 3 mission sets. None of them sold very well. And as a result, they didn't keep up with the app. This one in particular, I am told one of the missions is unplayable. You have to actually go to YouTube and try to find a recording of the mission in order to continue on with the kit. It is very upsetting, but considering it was at the tail end of Lego's great experiment, and neither Nexo Knights nor Hidden Side lasted very long. Kids did not latch onto the app. Parents did not latch onto the app. A lot of parents were upset that they had to spend like $30, $40 on a Lego set just for the Lego set to instruct your kid to look at their phone. Like you buy Lego for your kids so they're not looking at their phone, right? So parents were never sold on it. The kids were never thrilled with it. So the great experiment has mostly come to an end. I believe RR Slugger actually did a video on this fairly recently. I'm mostly just recapping stuff that he said on his channel. If you don't already follow RR Slugger and you have any interest in Lego whatsoever, definitely check him out on YouTube. He primarily is a Rock Raiders fan who's also done stuff for Adventurers, Time Cruisers, and just general talks about the state of the Lego company as it is. And also, he's basically a VTuber because he role plays as a space slug who really enjoys Lego. So it's a cool concept, but I am nervous about the assumptions that the 6-year-olds this set was age rated for would own a smartphone. Would really filter out a good number of lower income families. That's not terribly, it's not completely out of the realm of understanding, I guess. Like, yeah, that is a concern. Which makes me wonder what their market research said to them that made this like palatable. This is essentially going to be a parts set for me. I'm not going to build this on my own, but I am going to like use the pieces in it. The one thing that does get me is that, I don't know if it shows it on the back at all. Yeah, so on the back, you can see, actually this camera is a little blurry. Is the camera blurry to you guys as well? Hold on a minute. Hey, Aya! Thank you so much for the sub. Subscribe for 21 months, almost 2 years, baby! You get a jolly jangle of the cheer bell. Thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, so, I don't know if this is actually visible, because on my screen it looks a little blurry. Tell me if the camera's blurry. I have to fix something? I don't know what I could fix. Did I switch to a different camera source? Hold on. No, I can't do that without completely fucking everything up. It is a little blurry. Ugh. We'll just have to live with it. We'll just have to live with it. Anyway, one of the pieces is a flag that has the classic LEGO space symbol. Actually, all of their suits have the classic LEGO space symbol, which means I guess I now have to get into LEGO Space, which is something that I was trying not to do. LEGO Space was one of the, I think it was the second big series that LEGO ever did all the way back in the early 80s. And every single space system that has come out of it has been a spin-off or a direct sequel to the original Classic Space. Classic Space logo, woo. God, they're back in the 90s, they had like 6 different factions that weren't like necessarily all enemies. Some were clearly allied, some were neutral, and you could build all of their different spaceships and have them exist in the same universe. Like space politics were a part of early LEGO. And they've continued the storyline of Classic Space up through the most recent one was in 2016, 2017 with Galaxy Conquest. And they're still releasing, like in the classic minifigures line, they're releasing figures that are in like the storyline of LEGO Space. So I guess now I've started a collection of LEGO Space stuff. I gotta think about that. That's fun. Yay, yay for me. More things for me to buy and enjoy. But again, we're not doing this. As it says, build with story, not instructions. There's no instructions for us to follow, and we can't really enjoy the story. Let's see, what time is it right now? It is 7:25. I started this super late. Okay, what do you guys want to see me build more? Do you want me to do something small and just build the off-road buggy? Or do you want to see me do something big and build the cozy house? Or should we save cozy house for another stream when I start it at an actual decent time? I am good with either. What's really upsetting is that this happens when I'm actually expecting delivery of my Bricklink order on Tuesday. Half of it's coming Tuesday, half of it's coming Wednesday, at which point I'll have all the pieces for the pig farm and tractor set, as well as the beginnings of my modular build, where I'm gonna take all my farm builds and combine them into one full set. So, unfortunately, those aren't here yet. You want to see me have fun, Gata. That's true. That is what you're here for, isn't it? So in that case, we'll put this guy off to the side. We'll hold off on him. We'll include him when we build the other small stuff. Next time we do an actual official LEGO night. Instead, I am going to go ahead and, whoops, pulled my headphone out of my ear. I'm gonna go ahead and we are going to, nope. There we go. We are gonna go get started with the LEGO Creator Cozy House. I need to move everything over ever so slightly. There we go. That's the center. Okay. So, this is a 3-in-1, so it technically has 3 different builds. I'm gonna do the main one. This is the one that I want. They have this nice 2-story apartment building here, and they have an A-frame where they use the blue tiles as sort of like water, so it's like you have waterfront property. This is cool. I like this, but this main house is what I am all about. Let me rotate this around so you can see the back. It's a little blurry because of the lighting in here, but that's what we live with. So the main build is actually, let me rotate this. The main build, it has two sides to it, a taller and a shorter one, and there's actually going to be hinges in the middle bit, so you can close it up so it makes one fully enclosed house. I keep seeing the glare on it. So this should actually be very, very, very fun. You can have it spread. You can have it open up so that it takes more space, or you can close it up so that it has a completely different profile. Okay. Oof. So Rock Raiders. I mention Rock Raiders occasionally, and I haven't gotten any sets here. We've never really needed to talk about it directly. But I do want to explain what Rock Raiders is and why it is so important to people in the LEGO community. Rock Raiders was a science fiction theme that came out in the year 1990, the late 1998, I believe it was. Let's find book 1. Oh no, there's a different book for each of the instructions, each of the different builds. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so I don't need any of these. I want this main book. Fantastic. Rock Raiders was a science fiction series that was released in the last couple of years of the 90s. It was important because it was really odd. How many LEGO sets did we score at Target today? Well, we got 2 at Target. Also, hi, Candissimo. We got 2 at Target. We also got 2... I didn't show you these guys. We got 2 minifigures. So they had some of the blind bags for the Disney minifigures. So we got Princess Tiana. Let's bring her into the camera. Princess Tiana here. It's so dark in this house. And we got Baymax. Look at him. Look at him. Give me 1 second. I want to double check something. Droid cam, properties. Resolution is right. Why? I don't know why it's so damn blurry. Yes, Lime Lego Frog. This is supposed to be Prince Naveen. I'm gonna turn the light on. It's getting too dark in here. The sun's going down. Oof, that's way too bright. Nope. There. That's helpful. That'll be helpful. But yeah, so we got 2 of the Disney 100 minifigures. Amazing. So now I have 4 of them, but no Oswald the Lucky Rabbit yet, and he's the one that I actually want. So, you know, we'll keep looking. We will keep looking. We also got 2 main sets from Target, and then I had already purchased a $60 set from Barnes & Noble earlier in the day. So that's what we're building right now, the Barnes & Noble set. This is bag 2. These are bag 4. These are bag 3. So we'll move these off to the side. And we'll start with bag 2. Or bag 1, rather. Here we are. Bag 1. Can I lower this without... Whoops. Without it being a whole thing. Actually, let me raise this arm up so I'm not bumping into it near as much. All right? Okay, trust me on this. Trust me on this. Then if I rotate this... No, I can't make that hold. It wants to go all the way down. It wants you to look at my crotch. That's fun. That's fun, fun, fun. Okay. This fucking camera. This gosh darn camera. Fuck. Alright, 1 moment. At this point, I might as well just set it on the edge and let gravity take over, because this arm is not working with me. But yeah, no, I actually have a couple more Lego Frogs coming in the mail. Come Tuesday, I believe. They should be here. literally sitting on the edge of this so we can see. You'll just have to live with this. Okay. So, step 1. Open up the damn book. The camera's over here. Move this whole thing over here then. All right. So you can kind of see the house in the front. We'll work with that. First page is talking about how they have an app for it. That's fine. Telling you how you're supposed to use the separator over here. That's fun. Okay. So step 1, apparently, is we just gotta get all the pieces onto the table. I was talking about Rock Raiders. It's a thick booklet. It's one of 3. It's one of 3 booklets. There are 2 more booklets, one for each of the 3 builds that are available. Let's see here. This appears to be a bunch of small pieces, but it does include the cup that I need for this minifigure. All right, so here is first minifigure torso. Has a nice little green sweater, and we have this minifigure head here. Wow, this camera is really fucking blurry. What is going on with this? I think. Hold up, I gotta fuck with this real quick. Sorry, everyone. All right. Which camera am I using? Let's see here. Be right back, everyone. The connection's gonna be dropped. I'm gonna try and fix. All right. Camera. Use target FPS. Disable. Remember camera parameters. Other. Okay, that should be fine. Alright, we're back. How do I switch which camera it is using? Because. Hi, guys. Is that actually better? I don't know. Don't know. Don't want to fill it. Fit it. Dim. No. Don't do that. I have multiple cameras. Okay, here we are. Let's go to camera 0. Oh, that's much clearer. That's so much clearer. Okay. Problem fucking solved. Put us not sideways. Oh, stop that. Ugh. Okay. So now I just gotta fucking angle it right again. That's so much better. Yeah. Just choosing which of my cameras. Can I zoom out? That's as far as I can zoom out. Now the issue is my fucking arm. My camera arm, that is. HD plastic bricks. What if we just go back to doing over the top, huh? What if I just go back to dangling you over so you can fucking see everything? I'll figure the rest out later. We're going back to this. All right, let me just. There, that's probably visually more appealing than anything else we've been doing. Hi, everybody. Fucking hell. Okay. So, Steppity 1. We have this big, thick book down here. We are attempting to make this minifigure lad. So I think that requires us to. Where are his pants? He's supposed to have brown pants around here. Ah, here they are. Here we are. So we have some brown pants. Huzzah. And then his hair is unfortunately in this bag over here. So we are going to have to break into this. I'm going to put all of these guys on this side here so the small bits are kind of accessible. I know where they are, more or less. And then here's his swept-backed hairstyle, his little Justin Bieber hair. See that? And a little kind of Justin Bieber style. I don't have any notes for any of these. I cannot stress how unprepared I am to stream with these Lego sets. If memory serves, however, this hairstyle was originally reserved for the mascot of Lego Club magazine during the 2000s. Yeah, I don't know when they switched over though. Do you ever build stuff with the candy bricks? What do you mean? What candy bricks are you referring to? It now wants us to build his little doodad, which I think has to have us break into this. What candy bricks are you talking about? Do you mean like bricks that come in like the kabaya stuff? I am unsure what you mean. Or do you mean like the how they have the molds that will let you make candy into? They're like Smarties, but they're shaped like... No, I've never had those. I can honestly say that I have never once had... Whoops. That's not helpful. I have never once had those. Alright, so we're going to start with this little bracket here. We need a black pointy dude, which is this. This is one of those connectors that connects up to, it's the poles that aren't thick enough for the minifigure's hands. So like the edges of the candles, that sort of thing, certain flower elements, stuff that didn't start as Lego. Specifically stuff that started as like Belleville. So this, which way does this go? Oh, this actually goes like this. Okay, so it isn't stud to anti-stud. It's sticking the tiny pole inside of the stud hole. All right, and somewhere in here, it says, aha, here we are. We have a gray lightsaber hilt, like so. And we're gonna put that on the underside of this. The camera's over here, gotta remember that. There we are. Voila. Then I need what appears to be just a regular black stud. Is it black or is it dark gray? Let me see if I have any black studs over here. I don't think I have any. Oh, wait, no. No, that is not a black stud. Okay, so I think it has to be one of these dark gray studs. Yes, it must, because it needs a hole in it. It needs a hole in it. And this dark gray stud does in fact have a hole in the top. Okay? And then it says, I need to find a sprue. I'm not immediately seeing a sprue. I see a bunch of spoons, but I don't see a sprue. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So a lot of times Lego will, for the smaller elements, will just send you, like, right off the production line. These are supposed to be like Harry Potter wands, but they still have the connecting plastic as though you're like Gunpla or something, right? A lot of times, instead of actually partitioning out individual teeny tiny pieces, they'll just make a production sprue that has multiples or more than one object on it and send the whole thing with you. Back in the 2000s, this was how you got bull horns, some swords, stuff like that. So this is a Harry Potter wizard's wand in black, ho ho, and we are going to take the thick end and stick it right in here. And it's going to become the antenna of this little handheld remote control. And our gamer guy, our little gamer here, is going to hang on to it, like so. He's a little gamer dude. More power to him. There we go. Now we're going to build his remote control vehicular. So we're going to start off with two of these. These are, he's going to pilot a sub. Not quite. These are one by one plates. However, they have these two-sided stud things attached to the front. We're going to take these and put one on top of the other, like so. We're then going to use all of these yellow rounds. Yellow hollow rounds. We are going to give wheels. I think that because the two blue plates are one above the other, that it's going to create sort of a... it's not really going to look like it's going to roll anywhere. Whoopsie. It's going to be unbalanced, unfortunately. Alright. But it does say to put another one of these dark gray hollow studs on top of it. And then I guess we need the other Harry Potter one. The other Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Put on as the antenna. So here we go. We have our gamer guy and his little remote control vehicle. Whee! That's cute. That's real cute. How cute. All right, put these over here. We'll move on from there. All right, so now we're gonna get started on the floor, like the very basic base level of this house. I may actually open up this for a little bit of light. I'm sorry if my voice gets suddenly echoey. I have removed my enclosure to allow air to come in and also light to come in because it's getting dark out. It is reaching 8 p.m. So this house is not built to match the specifications of he is free from the enclosure. The enlightenment has been provided. It is true. That is true. Enrichment has been provided. No, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. All right. So Lego has, I think at this point, 2 different standards for modular builds. There's the old standard, which I believe some Marvel sets are still using, even though they're trying to retire it. And then there's the new standard, which is based around their new style of base plates. In the past, Lego would release base plates with... Oh my god! Boy howdy, I done clicked the link again. Hope this helps grow the Lego Fun Robotic. Thank you so much! Oh my god, you get a jolly jangle of the cheer bell. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. See, I because you gave money to me, I have been reminded of something I was supposed to say, but it feels bad because it means that if I don't mention it now, I'll forget until later, but it feels bad that I remember to ask for money when you give me money. So Robotic, you sit out of this. I have adjusted my throne wish list so that there is now a single Lego set up for, like, as an option. Previously, I just threw whatever the fuck I felt on there, and then people actually used it, and I was like, well, shit, I should probably, like, be aware of what I'm asking people for. There is a $300 Lego set on there, the Haunted Mansion from the Lego Festival line. No one has to spend $300. It's a group effort. So if you guys want to donate a bit here and there, once it reaches that max goal, then all of that money compiled together will buy the set and send it to me for me to build on stream. After I finish my farm collection, the Adventurers lines and supplementary builds that are connected to the Adventurers are, like, next on my hit list. And that's like one of the big ones that I know that I will not be able to buy on my own. So I put that there to be like, if you guys want to throw a couple dollars at me and you don't mind it not being immediate, that is an option. I need to find a better way of explaining that and sharing that to people. Should probably actually take down the donation bar for the time being while I'm working on that. I wasn't supposed to be doing Lego tonight. I wasn't supposed to think about Lego for the rest of the month, and then I'd worry about it after the next weekend when I'm doing something with Raglan. But here we are now, so...
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's time for Henbert's stand-up routine.
Really?
Why are you all sitting?
Okay, Henbert.
Why did the chicken run across the road?
I don't know, Henbert. Why did it run across the road?
To get to the other side faster.
Thank you, Henbert. I can always count on you. I was talking about Lego's standards for modular building. So modular building is kind of evident in the name. It's basically a system where you create a build in distinct sized chunks and make a way for them to connect together. Generally, this involves with very strategically placed Technic pinholes so that you can snap things together, they'll hold, but you can still remove them slice by slice, bit by bit. One of the YouTube channels that I have shared in my Discord, Cheesy Studios, is doing a Minecraft build of every biome in the game, and they're doing it using a 16 by 16 stud plate, which matches up with the size of a quarter chunk in game in Minecraft, which is really fucking cool. However, Lego has their own two different styles of modular building. I don't know what the very specifics are for the Marvel stuff, the older stuff, but as of last year, Lego released new street tiles, new street builds, where they are essentially they're thicker, they're not flat as can be. Previously, they had released plastic base plates that were even thinner than they were like half the size of a plate. They were really fucking thin, like wibbly wobbly. And they also had no anti-studs on the back. So when you bought a base plate, it was just the bottom layer of what you built. You could put things on top of it to make it higher, but that was it. They've decided to start moving away from that and we're moving away from just printing studless roads onto those base plates, and they're instead creating base plates that sort of kind of have more, actually made out of bricks. They're still smooth, they're still tiled off, but they're raised up so that the modular builds can then snap into place next to them. This is not that. This is not a modular build at all. And I know that some people were actually disappointed about that when this set first came out just back in March. It was announced a while back, but just back in March, people got their hands on it and started saying, should have been a modular build. Eventually, I'll be taking it off of this and making it into a modular build to fit with my display. But for now, we're going to follow the instructions. Just know that eventually I'm going to rip the shit, just tear this thing right off its foundations. So we have a bunch of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 by 12 green plates. And according to this, we need 3 of them. How convenient. And then here we have this 1 by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, another 12. This 1 by 12 gray plate. And we are going to connect them to the green plates like so. This one goes in the center. This one goes on the edge. There's no offsetting, just this. Okay. We are then going to take 2 of these 4x1 tiles with studs on the outside, and we are going to use them, one over here, and one over here, and then another gray 1x12 to seal off the square. I think this is going to be like the base footprint for the front of the house. Now we have this 12 by 6. This is light green. It's not lime green, but it's not like green. And it's also not dark green, if memory serves. Unless this is green and this is dark green. I just assumed dark green was darker than this. And we're gonna use it to put right here. Okay, simple enough. What's next? Are we going to be sealing off these bottoms here? We are going to be sealing off these bottoms. Okay, so what they wanted was to give this a dark green lower layer and then have the actual grass where the minifigures stand to be brighter. And then this is going to be the lowest level, the foundation of the house itself. Something that I am going to be talking about when I do start making my modular builds is how you need to conserve space. They could have just printed out a whole bunch of really thick dark green plates to fill all this in. Instead, it is having me use various smaller plates. Let's see here. Yeah, these. Various smaller plates to create the illusion that it's all filled in all the way around. I can get behind that. Saves on time, saves on plastic, makes the build cheaper and also lighter to pick up and carry around. So, as far as anyone knows, this is solid green all the way around, except for where it isn't, except for where it isn't. Okay? Ta-da. All right. So now that we are done with step 5, we also have this. I want to say this is nougat. I think this is the nougat color. I'm still learning how to view them, how to see them all, and just automatically know what color they are. It's not 100%. We're gonna go ahead and snap this directly on top of the house layer. Make sure that the center is all connected. There we go. And then, oh, we're doing some detailing right off the bat. Okay. What piece is that? So we're gonna start off by grabbing, there's supposed to be some black, oh right, in this book they look weird. Okay, this is strange. So this isn't a full block, I don't think. No, this is like, so this is the height of a full block in brown. And then this is the height, it's like a plate off. I've never seen this before. And there's no studs on the sides, just one on the top. Oh, and it's hollow too. That's new to me. That's new to me. We're gonna put one here and another one over here. This is us starting to work on the path leading down to the front of the house. So we're gonna be using some rounds to simulate a stone path. That should be cute. We also are going to want these dark gray plates, 2 of them. Dos Mimir, one there and one right next to it. I wonder why they went with 2 plates instead of 2 plates of 2 instead of 1 plate that was a 2x4. All right. Next to that, we're gonna take this. I think this is also nougat. This round tile. Pop it here. We then have this light flesh tile. That's the color. Don't at me. And we're gonna put it right next to that. Okay. Now we're going to have a smaller nougat round here somewhere. I don't immediately see it. Oh, over here. It's the same? No. It's slightly lighter than the dark nougat. So maybe this is light nougat and that's dark? Nah, I don't fucking know. One of the many browns. And to give it a little texture, this lime green tile, as you can see, if the camera will focus, hello, is round on all sides but one. We're going to angle that so that the flat side connects up to this brown plate. And then last but not least, we do have one more of these flesh-colored rounds that we are going to plop right down here. Okay. Oh, I'm missing one, aren't I? I'm missing one more of the flesh plates because, of course, can't have enough flesh. Never have enough flesh. All right. The next step is to take more of these black little Belleville connector things or friend connector things. Pop them on top of either of these. I imagine that aside from the actual pole, this will bring it up to the height of a full block. We then need, yes, this weirdo tile that I wasn't sure of. So this tile is ostensibly a 2x4, but it's round on both sides. So we're gonna go ahead and put this here. It's gonna be the little welcome mat, so you can enter the door and wipe your feet. We also have this 2x1 brick, or 1x2, that has a little, little clip attachment on the end of it. We saw these when we made the door for the barn the other day. This is what's going to be used to make the hinge mechanism for this house. And we're going to go ahead and put this right behind over here. Okay. Next up. More detailing. Fun. There is one thing. We have these. Is this with a stud in it? Yes, this is with a stud in it. So we have this reddish-brown round with a single raised stud in the center, which is different from this reddish brown round with no raised stud, but a hole in the center. They're different pieces. You can't get them mixed up. There. We're going to want to put a darker flesh here. Then a lighter flesh here. Then we're going to want to put one of these big rounds here. Followed by a darker flesh here. Good God, this is taking a while. Another lighter flesh next to it. Another round brown or round nougat next to that. Come on, connect for me. Then a darker round underneath it. A lighter round underneath that. A big round here. Go. One more darker round above that. One more lighter round, whoops, above that. And last but not least, well, no, for the rounds at least, one final big round going right here. I'm sure once the whole house is in, I'll be able to see them as more than just flesh rounds, but right now they don't look very rocky to me. The last step is we do have these round black with a raised stud. You can't really tell because it's black, but it is a raised stud, similar to this brown one. And that's going to go at the very end of this area here. All right. Step 11. We have some of these. We haven't seen these on stream yet. These are called masonry bricks. They're basically just regular bricks, but they do have these neat patterns molded into them. A straight line on one side and a more brick-like pattern on the other. These are absolutely amazing for adding texture to a build. There are limited kinds of bricks that they are available in, however. So we haven't encountered them yet. I don't know when they were added. I couldn't give you dates. If I had time to research, I would have known. But these are, from what I understand, a fairly new addition to the LEGO palette. And they're not available in all colors just yet, because that takes time. So first thing we're going to do here is we need to have one doodad next to this block. So one block over from that, we're going to put our first masonry brick right here. Then there should be another masonry brick. And we do want the brick sections to be visible from the outside. So this we're going to put over here. There should be a little gray clip block. Here we are. So this is a, come on camera. This is a single square brick, a 1x1 square brick with a sideways clip on it. We are going to connect this here. Now, this is actually really interesting because I did watch some videos reviewing this back when I thought I was never ever going to get my hands on it. So nothing is going to go here because this is where it's going to connect with the other side of the house. So if this is going to be the main section and this other one's going to be here, and this hinge in the center is what's going to be connecting them, right? The whole thing is going to swivel around and connect so that this will be the front of the house, this will be the back of the house. And what's going to happen is that there is going to be one of these clips on the far end of the second half, and it's going to connect and snap in like this. So it's going to complete the thing. Unfortunately, this technique does mean that there's going to be this big gap here where only the clip exists. It's going to look a little awkward when it's open up, but like you're mostly going to see it from the front, so no one's really going to notice it. I just thought it was an interesting design choice. Let's see here. We need... Oh, that's interesting. So we need this nougat snot plate. Okay? So snot, I found out, stands for studs not on top, because it is odd to have studs on the side of a piece. So this is ostensibly just a single 1x1 square plate. However, it has this little bracket. Oh, I thought you were just saying snot. No, it's an anagram. It means something, like AFOL does. AFOL means adult fan of Lego. So I would be an AFOL. And that's how we tag our stuff so we know that the kids know, stay out, stay out. So we have this snot brick here. Not even a brick, a snot plate. I'm gonna push it down in between the masonry brick and the clip here. And according to this, I need to have 2 of these gray studs, these gray rounds here. These little guys. And we're just gonna stack 2 of them on top of each other. Like 2 kids in a trench coat. To bring this up to level with the rest of these. Hi, Neb. I don't know what happened. I'm here. I don't know how we got here, but I'm here. All right. So now we're going to take this 4x1 white brick. Pop it here. 3x1 next to it. Bada boop. And then over here, we're going to have 2 3x1s back to back. Oops, shit, fuck. I lost the masonry brick. Sorry, I got it. Should probably actually do this one first, so that the masonry brick can't fly away. I heard you got them from Target. Well, yeah. It's been a night. It's been a really weird, odd night. One of the things I do want to point out, for those of you who've seen my other streams recently, and have experienced my less than thrilled opinion of that big barn that I have sourced a design for a replacement barn, but in the meantime, I will note that the walls of this build are all white, meaning if I wanted to, say, just replace some pieces so I get different colors for that roof, this could be a meaningful addition to that barn if I wanted to try and patch it up. Granted, I do prefer the house as it is, but it's an option. It's an option that I had considered. That could be cute. Yeah. Mostly it's just me looking at the parts that I have and being like, ooh, I could do this. I could do that. One of the things that I have not yet done, I wanted to wait until after I finished my initial collection of the farm sets, is there is an entire community of people who just make their own Lego builds. They're called MOCs. MOC stands for My Own Creation. And there's a huge community of people who do nothing but make additions to existing sets or make their own sets from scratch, make their own lore, make their own waves of theoretical Lego themes. And a lot of them will actually then sell the instructions to those MOCs on the internet. There's a whole community around that. And there are some really fucking good MOCs out there. Do-it-yourself lore, very much so. Very much so. So one of the things that I have strongly considered, and I actually do have some wish lists for, are the parts lists for MOCs made by other people. What's really cute is that when someone really gets into it, they'll start labeling their sets like how Lego has like a code number for each individual set. They'll give themselves a unique prefix, usually related to their name, but then have like numbered lines of Lego sets they have invented. So you can follow along and keep track of which one is which I think is absolutely adorable. So technically speaking, source me a super good Hyrule castle and I'll build it, Tegan. I don't know how to tell you this. I don't want you to get too excited, but we are going to be building some Breath of the Wild themed MOCs on stream. Because there's some really amazing farm-based builds in it. Isn't there a building that has like a giant horse head on top of it? Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm already on the moon. If I remember correctly, my brother used to conceptualize MOCs for Technics pre-internet. That's amazing. That's so good. Actually, okay, so funny story. Way back in the 80s, when Lego first launched their magazine, their free publication, which was basically a way to advertise new sets coming out before the internet, the very first Lego set, the very first MOC ever made was sent in by a fan, because they had like a show off your creation section for the second issue. They're like, send us pictures and we'll put them in the next magazine. The very first documented Lego MOC is a fan-made Is it ATST? The big four-legged walkers from Hoth from the second Star Wars movie? The very first mock that has ever been publicly documented and shared was of this kid's massive ATST that they built using Legos from Classic Space. It was as big as the kid. The kid was like 6, and it was huge. I'll find a picture and put in Discord eventually. But people have been making mocks pretty much since the beginning of Lego and trying to find ways to share them even before the internet. It's wild. Absolutely wild. What's the name? Is the name Skull Kid? Even when he wears Majora's mask, we don't call him Majora when he's wearing the mask, do we? It's still Skull Kid, even though he's possessed. Someone built a brick-built action figure, like a Bionicle style, like a 6-inch action figure made of Legos, which is Skull Kid wearing Majora's mask, and it is really, really good. I intended to send that to you at some point, Tegan, because it looks cool as shit. It's cool as shit! But anyway, yes. White bricks. There we are. Moving on. Alright. Okay, so it looks like we're already on the first window. So we're gonna grab this black window frame and this clear you actually can't see it, can you? Camera's like nothing's there, buh. Yeah, this transparent piece of glass. I don't know if you can see, but there are little holes in the top and bottom of this, which is where we're going to attach them. The glass has little nubs, you see. There we are. Fantastic. We then have... These are plates that have the little guardrails on them. Similar with, if you guys were here for me doing the vegetable truck, a longer one of these was used to make the sliding mechanism. So it's a plate, but it has this extra little slidey bit that you can latch on to either side. You go shoop, 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 shoop. My brother made a Tumbler Batmobile decades before Batman Begins out of Legos using space Legos, primarily the 1990 M-Tron line as a base. I am so upset that I missed out on the 90s era space stuff, because looking back at it, M-Tron, Explorians, the Insectozoids, Blacktron New Generation, like all of that shit is cool as hell. Cool as hell. Alright, so this is going to connect on the seam between these two white bricks. Very nice, very nice. And then we're going to use all of these 1x2 white bricks to build up around the window. Just up in line with it. Alright, and then one more. This is going to be a plate's worth taller because it wants us to put a single white 2x1 plate up there to round it out. There we go. Now the use of these, as you can see, is it's supposed to be like a little windowsill. Little windowsill, little awning on top of it. That's cool as hell. That's cool as hell. We're gonna build up the wall on the other side. The base that he used was the M-Tron Complete Space Megacore Magnetizer. Was M-Tron the one where they added magnets and that's where the M came? You know, I answered my own question. Yeah, during the early 90s, LEGO experimented with including very big, bulky magnets in all of their sets, so that when you had a spaceship fly over a supply drop, the magnet on the underside would automatically swoop it up, so the ship could fly in, grab the stuff, and then immediately fly off. It made the price of the sets like a balloon, and they didn't use it for terribly long, but it was still a very interesting part of LEGO's history. Alright, so now we have this here door frame, right? Let's actually compare. That's about right. Door frame, and we are going to... Which way do we want it to open? We want it to open outward. We're going to pop it in like this. Hold up. There we go. Now the door works in the frame. Fantastic. And we're going to take a single of these gray studs and make a doorknob. Just on the outside, not on the inside. You can push that open, but on the inside, on the outside, you can do that. Then we're going to put it right here. There we are. Oh, like an hour ago, I was talking to you about Rock Raiders. I'm gonna stop moving. Just gonna finish my thought. Rock Raiders was a LEGO series released at the tail end of the 90s. That was not necessarily a space theme, but it was a science fiction theme about a group of space miners who found themselves accidentally transported to an unknown planet and low on power. So they dropped down to the planet's surface to collect energy crystals. However, the subterranean monsters that live on this planet eat those crystals and are hostile to the miners. So they have all of these machines for collecting energy crystals and fending off the rock monsters until they can get enough power to get home. What was most notable about the line was not just that it had the most detailed printing available for minifigures at that point in time. Some of them even had printed pants, if memory serves, and that was like, woo, that was real fancy. Also, it was the color scheme. The colors that were primarily used was not this proper brown. This is the new brown, but old brown, this turquoise color, gray, and yellow. And yellow. So it was a very, very striking and unique palette. It was also made right before they discontinued turquoise as a color, meaning that anyone who wanted to update or make their own Rock Raiders builds had a very limited palette to work from in order to make that happen. Of course, I am holding a turquoise door as we speak. In the last 2 years, LEGO decided to bring turquoise back, and they've been putting it in everything. The Rock Raiders fans are losing their goddamn minds. They are spoiled for choice now. Absolutely spoiled for choice. And we'll get to another cute little Rock Raiders Easter egg near the end of this build, most likely. Alright, so now what are we doing? We're gonna put this away for just now. Jilla says, I mainly collected the pirate and knight lines of that time period, late 80s, early 90s. I also collected some of the Star Wars Phantom Menace Lego line. Oh, dude. So my first Lego set that I owned that wasn't Duplo was the Sand Speeder from the first wave of Lego Star Wars sets, where they were still using the yellow Lego faces for all the Star Wars characters. So it was Luke and Ben Kenobi in the tan Sand Speeder from Tatooine. No droids, no nothing like that, just the two of them. I loved the shit out of that set. I loved it so much. Neb says, I looked at the technical history. They were Throwbots. The fucking Throwbots. The late 90s, early 2000s was where LEGO was financially in dire straits. They really just threw whatever they could at the wall and hoped something stuck. And hoped it stuck. The fucking Throwbots. I had a Throwbot. They were not great. They were okay, but they weren't great. Not surprised they didn't last terribly long. Luckily, they paved the way for Bionicle very shortly afterwards, and we all know Bionicle was a smash hit until it wasn't, but that's neither here nor there. All right, so we have another Snot plate with this 2x2 hollow stud panel attached to it. And we also have this printed panel. This is a printed tile that shows a bridge, possibly the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm told that this is actually not all that difficult to come across. This is one of the number of generic paintings they've been putting in LEGO house sets recently, in LEGO city sets. I haven't encountered, this is my first one I've encountered. I expect to find more, but for now, we're gonna pop it on here. What I like is how they made sure it was brown for the actual color of the tile. So at an angle, it looks like a framed picture. I actually really like that. We are then going to take a 1x2 white plate and put it on the back here. We are then going to take a 1x1 square brick, put it on this side, And then it says I need... Here it is. So this is a brick. I don't know if I've shown this to you yet. This was like new technology when I stopped paying attention in the 2000s. This is a 1x1 brick, right? But it has a bit of a lip on the edge of it so that the stud is set back into the brick. So it's not quite flush with it. But it also is hollow and has a stud on the top as well. So we have this anti-stud on the back. We have the stud on the front, anti-stud on the bottom, stud on the top. But also the stud is inset ever so slightly. So this is going to go here, according to the instructions. And we are then going to put another 1x2 white plate on top of it, like so. What are we doing then? Then we're going to take 2 of these white 1x2 bricks, stack them on top of each other, stack this on top of them. Okay. Now what do I do? Oh, interesting. Oh, that's cute. Okay. So, we're going to take one of these. I think we've actually seen one of these before when we did the farm, the vegetable van. The little farming area had one of these as like a spout, like a spigot. So this is a... I don't even know what these were meant to be originally. But this is like a handle for a minifigure to grab onto. This is an open-mouth anti-stud. You can attach things to it to make it a gun. You can make it like a little handle on a wall. You can do a whole bunch with it. What we're doing with it is we're going to take this transparent yellow round 1x1 brick, and we are going to put it on top of it like a little hat, and wouldn't you know it, it's a little lantern. It's a, it'll focus, it's a cute little lantern. We are going to take this and plop it right in here. All right. And then this is gonna go next to the door. It's a little porch light. It's a little porch light to scare off the possums when they get a little too close for comfort. That's so cute. That's so cute. Oh, you know what? I did it wrong. I did it the other way around. Because I didn't realize this transparent yellow is hollow on top. So I'm actually supposed to insert this, and then we're going to, attach to here, so it hangs away from the building a bit more. And then this door goes here. There we are. How cute. Alright. Now, we have 2 more of these window panes. 2 more of these. There we go. To connect. We're going to snap these into place. And then immediately put a rail piece underneath them. And plonk them down right next to each other, one after the other. And I imagine we are then going to be building around them to actually make sure they are stable. It's looking more like a house. Looking more and more like a house. Oh, this is fun. Oh, this is fun. Okay. So first, let's move you up here for now. Okay. Okay. So this is something that we saw with the vegetable van, where we're going to make a little awning. Instead of alternating colors, though, it's going to be pure blue, pure azure. We are going to take this 2x4 gray plate, and we are going to put on top of it this 1x4 dark gray tile with studs on either side. We're going to put this in the back here, like so. And then along the front, we have these azure slopes. These 1x1 azure slopes. And we're just going to go along the line, putting these down. There we go. So now it's going to be a little awning. And we're going to go ahead and set this directly on top of these windows. Look at that. Look at that. So good. So good. What else? Oh, now it wants me to rotate the whole thing around. Ooh, fancy. We are going to be taking... Is this... I don't even know what the fuck this is, but it's not what it needs me to get. I need to find another gray masonry brick. This isn't it, is it? No, that is not it. Masonry brick? Masonry brick. Where are you? Here it is. It was underneath this orange piece separator. I now have an orange and a teal one. My collection grows. My collection ever grows. We are going to be taking this here, this masonry brick. We're also going to be taking this gray round, 1 by 1. We're going to put the round here, apparently. Not entirely sure why, but we are. The masonry brick, we're going to make sure that the single line is facing inside the house because we want the brick style to be visible outside. We're going to put that there. And then on these last 2 studs that we have here, there should be a... Oh, here it is, just connected. So this appears to be a 2x2 plate with a weird bump, but what it actually is a hinge. Is a whole ass hinge. Right? And so we're going to connect this so that it, let's see here, like this? No, that is incorrect. Like this. So that when we open up the house, it goes like that. So it'll be house, house, and then we can close it up and this whole thing will rotate around and snap to the back. Okay. All right. But we're going to leave this like so for now. We'll connect it to the other piece later, apparently. We don't want it to be in the way. Next, it is super dark in here. For me specifically. I'm having a hard time seeing this. I need... Okay. We need 2 of these tiles here. These are corner tiles. They're shaped like L's or V's or whatever. We have 2 of them. We are going to combine them like so to make a 3x2 space. And that's going to actually come up flush. Does it matter the direction? I'm going to try and replicate it. Alright. Like so. And then somewhere around here, we have this 2x2 tile with 2 studs on one side. And that's going to go with the studs facing towards the door over here. I think this is going to be some kind of kitchen, if memory serves. I'm not entirely sure. But right next to it, we are going to grab these pieces. And these are fucking weird. These are fucking weird. Are these 2 bricks tall? They're slightly less than 2 bricks tall. They're like a brick and a half. And they have a stud on top, anti-stud on the bottom. They are plain on 3 sides with 2 oddly placed hollow studs. I don't know when they made these first. I don't know why they made these first, but they are here and they are going to be helping us with this. 2 of them need to go right next to each other, right here. The studs facing inward. There we go. We also need... Okay, so for comparison, similar to another one we did, another piece that we did recently, this has... Focus, please. This has the stud on top, the anti-stud on the bottom, a hollow stud on the side, no divot, and also it's covered in the back. So this is another weird piece that has a similar but slightly different purpose. There's probably a specific name for it, but I don't know it by heart. And that's going to be going stud facing in, right next to these bad boys. And last but not least for this step, a white 2x1 to finish off that portion of the wall. Okay. Oof. I don't know if you can see this with the glare, but this is just like all those white bricks you saw, just slap them together. Just smack them all together. I'm actually going to open my enclosure even further. I don't even know if the audio has changed much with the enclosure or not. I needed it before I did some funky stuff with my microphone. We can see it fine, no worries. Okay, perfect. It really do say, gather all the white bricks and just smack them together, man. So, step 1, 4x1, 3x1, bop. Another 3x1 on this corner here. A 2x1, fill in the space underneath it. I can't believe you took away the hydrate redeem in the middle of summer. I have water. I don't know if you heard me, but I have water. It wasn't on purpose, I promise. I'll fix it later. Then we have the 3-3, the 2 underneath. We take a 4x1 and pop it here. The remaining 2x1, or 1x2, and put it there. And then we just drop this whole thing right here. There we are. It's looking proper cozy now, isn't it? All right. So now we're going to start building some of these. Thank you. You're too kind. You're too kind. Thank you so much. I think we're actually dealing with a bit of lag right now. I apologize. We need this 2x2 gray. We are going to be putting... All right, so this is an interesting element. This is a 1x1 round brick. However, you can see that little taper. It flares out at the bottom at the proper width of a regular Lego round. But then it comes up into a smaller lip at the very tippity top. So we're gonna have 2 of these in red. Put these on the back here. Like so. We then have this clear 1x2 brick. It's technically black, but also the actual clear black is darker, so just roll with it. It's clear. And we're gonna put this in front of it, and then on top of it, another one of these plates. All right. So you look into it and you see some doodads, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what this is supposed to be. But this is going to go into this back corner where we had that round tile with the 2 studs on it. And we're going to make sure that the transparent thing is facing forward. I honestly think this is supposed to be like a stove. I think that's what's happening here. I'm not sure. All right, next to it, what are we doing? What is happening? I'm not sure I fully understand. So it says that we need a 2x1 brown plate. One of these, I wasn't expecting this. This is a round corner piece that has 2 studs on it. However, instead of being flat and filled in, it's completely wide open, which is bizarre to me. I mean, it says on plastic. We want to put this plate on the bottom of this round. This round piece. And then we have a 2x1 tile, so no studs. No studs at all. We're going to put that on top. Now what it wants me to do is attach the anti-studs to one of these. Can I just remove this section for now. Thank you. Yeah. Now we have some light. I think it wants me to attach it to one of these studs down here. That's on the snot part of the wall. So that'll keep that in place, using that one stud on the corner there. Then it says I need to get another one of these snot plates, 2x1, with a snot panel attached. And then I'm going to take another one of those rounded doodads and facing the open insides in the same direction as the snot panel, snap that into place. Then I'm going to take another one of these nozzle pieces. And the nozzle piece... Oh, are we making a sink? Are we making a little sink? It says to rotate it. Oh, it says to put a tile on and then rotate it. I missed a step. I think this is supposed to be a little sink. I think that's what's happening here. That's actually really cute. And then we're going to attach that above it. Okay. So it gives us kind of like basin look to the bottom because it has the two rounds attached to each other. Okay. Here, let's hold this with the camera a little bit. Now it's coming together. It's a little kitchen is what it is. Hi, Ray. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the sub. 4 months. Thank you. You get a jolly jangle of the cheer bell. Thank you. Thank you so much. You saw my tweets. I saw you liking my tweets. It has been a night. It has been a time. I don't even fully understand how it came to this, but we're here now. Yeah, it's been a night. Sadly, the Target we went to, the one in town, not the docks where we all live, but the one in town, you know the one I'm talking about. They had been pretty much picked clean. They didn't have a whole lot on clearance in the first place, and what they did have, the big stuff, the good stuff, was already gone. I missed out on the previously $200 Viking ship, which was knocked down to $100, which would have been, like, the $100 was my max budget that I gave myself. So I would have gotten it, but they sold out. They sold out. I was like, ugh. It's fine. I don't need it because I'm not actually collecting any of the Viking stuff anyway, so it's fine. However, I have made it a point to reconnect with some Facebook groups because apparently during July is also when random sets will become stupidly cheap as stores try to move stock. So I'll be keeping an eye out. Hopefully something else will pop up and I'll get some more things for dirt cheap. In the meantime, we are building the comfy house. Look at this cute little kitchen. It's got a little oven in the background, and then we just put a sink in. It's very nice. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed indeed. All right. Next, we are reaching the end of the pieces, which means that even though there's fewer things to grab for, I'm gonna have a harder time finding them, just by nature of who I am as a person. So we have this 2x1 reddish brown plate, and we also have this 1x1 corner piece. If you guys were here for the barn, this is similar to the piece we used to make the sheep's water bowl, only it's made out of an opaque brown. We are gonna connect this like so, according to the instructions. I want the corner to be angled back this way. We then have another of these pieces with the hollow stud on the front, despite it being a 1x1 with no other entries. And we're gonna put that facing outward. I don't know what this is yet, but I'm willing to find out. We then are gonna take this 1x1 square red plate, and we're going to attach it to the front, the hollow stud of this piece. And then we're going to cap it off with another one of what looks like brown tile. Do I have one more brown tile? I should. The instructions say I should.
Oh darn, I missed my cue.
Oh, did
I
you?
was supposed to read off this ad copy ages ago.
Handbrake.
Raid Shadow Legends will want their money back now.
Oh,
To
no.
offset this devastating loss to the channel, I'll shill something else and hope we break even.
Okay.
Now
Handbrake.
then, which should I choose this time? How about? Are you enjoying the comfy vibes of our farmhand community? Good. We've hooked you parasocially, now we just have to reel you in. If you
Handbrake.
join our Discord server, everybody will yell yee-haw and jangle cowbells at you. I'm told this is meant to be a perk, but honestly, it sounds horrific. Subs, patrons, and donators at the $5 level or higher have access to an exclusive channel to see works in progress before anyone else.
Thank you, Henbert. I appreciate that. Where is this last fucking tile? I cannot be crazy. It's always the last couple of pieces where things start falling apart. Where is it? Where is it? It's not there. It's a bowl. It's not there. It's a bowl. I don't think I have it. Did I use one? Hold on a minute. Did I didn't use one tile too many, did I? No. No, I didn't. I think I'm missing a piece. I just checked the bag. It doesn't appear to be in the bag. I checked around the area. God damn. I don't have. It didn't fall down. You forgot to do that thing where you put all the pieces that are the same together? Yeah, I did. And now I'm suffering from it. Well, this is a little bit awkward. As we do in fact need that piece to finish this section here. Let's move you back here. No, I don't think I'm blind. I think it literally is missing. Either I didn't have one to begin with, or more likely, I just fucked it up. It's alright. I can order a replacement. Like, it's not a problem. Just when I put this in, so we're gonna attach it here, right? This is supposed to have another tile so that this is all part of one cabinet. Just pretend it's there, and with any luck, as I'm building the rest of this, I'll find it and be like, oh, there it is! And we'll go from there. Okay. So now, we need to take this black pot. It's a black pot. It's empty inside. It's got an anti-stud on the bottom. And we are going to take, this red round tile, put it on top of this one gray stud, and just kind of drop it on down there. It is now a pot of tomato soup. It's a pot of tomato soup. And according to this, it wants me to put it directly onto this burner. There we go. Pot of tomato soup on a burner. It's on the stove. It's cooking up. It also wants to take this translucent neon green cone, and we are going to put this lime green Friends stopper. Friends, come on. Camera. There we go. One of these little doodads, right? And we're going to put it on top of this. And I don't know how to tell you this, guys, but this is a bottle of Dawn dish liquid. So we're going to go ahead and put that right next to the sink on this spot right here. And we're not going to do this step yet because of the angle I have to hold this in order for you guys to see it. But in that sink, we have... I don't even know how to display it. It's just an open hand. We have a bunch of Lego spoons. We have a whole bunch of Lego spoons. And it says to stuff them loosely into the sink. So this red square, this is a scrub brush. This is a scrubby. So we have soup on the stove, we have a bottle of dish liquid, we have a scrubby next to a sink full of dishes. Tiny spoons! Tiny spoons indeed. Here. Let me Let me take little Tim Tam here and give him a tiny spoon. A tiny spoon to eat his tomato soup with. Look how happy he is. He's so thrilled to be getting his tomato soup. Gasp. You gotta do those dishes. It's true. I do. Oh, shit. These aren't short legs. These are medium legs. These are... Okay, hold on. I gotta get a comparison. 1 second. Hold up. Hold up. Hold on. Okay, so previously there were only 2 styles of legs for Lego minifigures, and we've spoken about this on stream previously about how they made extra long ones for Woody, and now they use them for the Na'vi and all that jazz. So, here is regular adult long legs, right? And these have articulation. These can move. These can be used to sit. All that jazz. Okay. Here are the second kind of legs Lego made, specifically when they added Yoda and needed him to be a different size. These are half the size of regular legs. They have no articulation. They are essentially just blocks, right? These kids can't sit, but it's fine. They're small enough. Doesn't matter. Anywho, these were added. I don't even know how I can display them. I don't have a piece long enough. Hold up. I have a whole drawer of pieces right here. Should have done this in the first place. So we have, on one end, we have the adult legs. On the other end, we have the tiny legs. Then when they started getting into like the 3rd and 4th books of Harry Potter, they were having an issue where teenage Harry was either the size of an adult or he was the size of a child, and they couldn't have that. So they came up with these here medium legs, which are right in between. They're taller than the small legs, but they're stubbier than the adult legs, but they still contain the articulation. So this is my first set of medium legs ever. I didn't even when I saw this guy, I just assumed that he was the short legs. So when I saw his legs move, I was like, oh fuck, oh shit, oh god. This is so cool. So much Lego lore is Harry Potter related. So, not to get too deep into the history of Lego, but 2000, specifically 2001, was a massive turning point for the company because it was the first time they sought out licenses for IP other than themselves. Up until 2000, they were entirely working on original IP. Once they made the first set of Star Wars sets and the first set of Harry Potter sets, the floodgates opened and profitability suddenly became an option for them. So a lot of times when a piece was made in those days, it was specifically to make the licenses more profitable because that was where the money was. Yes. The 90s were incredibly unprofitable for Lego. They actually came close to bankruptcy for a time. The 2000s was them spitting everything they could at a wall to prevent the company from going belly up. And that included letting go of their strongly held beliefs they wouldn't shill out. They shilled out, and it made a lot of money, and that's why a solid 80% of the Lego aisle is just Star Wars sets, because that's where the money is. Original sets don't sell as well. The Star Wars nerds go wild. Seeing licensed Legos when I was younger was insane to me because it was unheard of at the time. I vividly remember when they first announced they're doing Star Wars stuff, and I was like, what? What? So, we've also talked on this stream about how the costs of research and development, they tend to introduce new elements in licensed sets because on some level, the licensor is footing the bill. They can afford to invest in new custom-made pieces, like the frog. We talked about on Aya stream, actually, how the original frog was made a chocolate frog for the Harry Potter Hogwarts Express sets because they wanted to have an actual chocolate frog shape for Harry to be holding. The only reason frogs exist is because Universal or whatever was like, no, a printed frog won't do. We want a custom piece. And once that custom piece was made, Lego could add it to whatever the fuck they wanted. Hi, Sheila. Welcome to the stream. Frog indeed. Frog indeed. So a lot of LEGO's individual piece history will go back to Harry Potter or Star Wars or some other Disney property just because it's the only way they can produce a piece and still retain its value. Okay, what am I doing now? Right, we put the spoons in there, and then I panicked about the fucking pants. All right. Next, we are going to put... So we have this 3x2 slope piece in gray, all right? These were quite popular during the 2000s. A lot of times they would actually print like a grill onto the front of this, and this would be the hood of a car. We are going to take this piece, and we are going to put it directly over the stove. This is going to be a hood for the stove. This is a hood for the stove. And then to fill in this space up here, we have these 1x1 white bricks. We're going to fill that in. And then right next to the hood as well. There we are. What else we got? Oh, this is cute. Okay. We're going to build the table now. We're going to build the kitchen table. We're going to start with this 3x3 tan plate and flip it over. We have 4 of these black tapered cones, these 1x1s. And we're going to put these in the corners. These are going to be the legs of the table. And there we go. And there we go. But we also have... Are these supposed to be light or dark gray? I think they're supposed to be dark gray, but I don't know if I have enough of them, so I'm going to have to go with the light gray and hope that works. We're going to put these light gray studs on the bottom. They're a little loose, but that's fine. Once it is in place on the main stage, it'll hold much better. There we go. And now we're going to rotate it, and we're going to put these Lego bowls. These are little bowls. They have nothing in top. They're blank. They have an anti-stud on the bottom. So we're going to put one in this corner per the instructions, one in this corner per the instructions, and then one we're going to center amongst these 4 studs here, so it offsets it ever so slightly. Like so. And now we have a table with a bunch of bowls on it. Okay. This we are going to place here, I think. Yes, we're going to line it up with the edge of the door. There we are. It goes right up flush against the wall. Here we are. Look how cute this is already. My God. And now I have to make some seats. These are the black... Actually, are these black? I'm holding up to my face so I can see better. Yeah, they're black. Just the weird lighting for me. These are black 2x2 rounds with a hollow raised stud in the center. You can probably see at this angle how the stud in the center is in fact raised. We have 3 of these. And we also have... I think I may have missed up a stud placement here somewhere. But it doesn't matter because these aren't going to be visible. We're going to put these single round studs on each of the raised up. And then we're going to take these reddish brown rounds that do not have a raised stud. And we're going to put these on top. And each one of these is going to be a little seated area. The minifigures can sit on them, but gravity is also going to keep them down. But they also double as swivel seats, because the minifigures are not required to be facing a certain direction. And then, according to this, we need to put one here, which does block the front door a little bit, but what can you do? One here on the corner, and then one here. All right. The last thing it says to do is to take these red round tiles and plop them into the bowls so that everyone is having... Oh, that's upside down. Let's scoop that back up and put it right side up. Everyone is having a bowl of tomato soup. Aside from not having this last tile to finish the cabinet, this is fucking adorable. Look at this, guys. Look at this. All right, I have to put this wall back into place because I think we are, in fact, done with this bag. We're done. This is the entire floor. We've done it. Whoops. The tomato soup does not like remaining in those bowls, so I'm going to actually knock them out and put them off to the side so that they don't get lost in transit, along with all of the extra spoons. Do have a number of extra pieces floating around, which I should probably keep a track of just to be safe. Good soup. Good soup indeed. Good soup indeed. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot that it comes with a little cup. He's supposed to be holding one along with his rocket car, but it has a little cup for him to hold on to for dinner time. He's so good. That's a lot of soup. Lot of soup. All right. These over here, all of these are extra pieces that we may need later. Got an extra bowl as well. That'll come in handy. And I seriously did not find that last tile piece. No? Okay, well. Alright. Alright, now it tells us we gotta pop open bag number 2. I think we're only gonna get to the first 2 bags tonight because it is already 9 p.m. and I do have work in the morning. So let's do the first 2 bags tonight, and then we'll figure out the rest of the house later. Oh, man. All right, so we're going to slide all of this out. There we go. Nothing else in this. Put it off to the side. And we have these 2 smaller bags here. All these teeny tiny pieces. Oh, but also the minifigure head, so we immediately need this. Better keep the pieces away from Brisky Boy. Because of how these bags are ordered, the rest of the pieces we don't use tonight will still be in their bags, and I'm going to put them back into its box. So it will be safe, and I'll put the work in progress build up high where my little shithead cannot get to it. Okay, so here is the body. Oh, actually, hold on. This shirt piece has the Classic Space logo on it. So whoever lives at this house is a member of the LEGO Space Program. Huh. The lore. The lore! Can't believe it. Alright. Do we have his pants? We do have his pants. Honey, where are my pants? Here we are. This is in a dark brown, I think, not black. LEGO NASA. No, NASA is a separate entity from LEGO Space. They did in fact make NASA-branded space sets for a very short time. All right, let's pour all these out. There's another stud still in there. Okay, that's empty. This is another printed painting piece that I've been told are fairly frequent. This is my first time. Camera, hello? Hello, camera? There we go. Another printed, painted piece that I'm told is relatively common in housing sets. This is my first time encountering it, so. A boat! It is a boat. In fact, it is a boat. All right, so we are going to put this guy's head. Oh! Oh my god, guys. Guys, I might cry a little bit. So, this minifigure head, they're wearing an earring aid. An earring aid? A hearing aid. I just mentally erased the H from that word. That's so fucking cool. God, I love this shit. God, I love this shit. It is slightly obscured by the hairpiece they have chosen. Lego guys have ears confirmed. It's true. They do have ears confirmed. However, it is canon that very few of them have noses. So, you know. We'll figure out what that means together as a family. And of course the next piece it tells me to get is in the other bag. There we are. Hooray for inclusivity. For genuine, heartfelt inclusivity. Love that shit. Alright, and we give them a big red mug. And this minifigure is done. We'll move them off to the side. Okay. Now this is another one of the, this is one of the Easter eggs, right? So like this radio controlled car is supposed to be referencing an actual Lego set that existed. I don't know which one. I cannot tell you which one. But this build is another one of those Easter eggs. So we're going to start off with this piece. This piece is very fascinating because you can see it has hollow studs all the way around except for where it cuts off at the bottom, and it has some anti-stud. They're anti-studs here. There's also a stud on the butt of it. And then we have this big, obvious like barrel with an anti-stud in it. This was used as part of like sci-fi gun builds. You'd attach a whole bunch of doodads onto it to make a big buster cannon or whatnot. In this build in particular, it's gonna be the basis for a carriage, which is odd, but I'm willing to work with it. So first thing we need is a bunch of these dark brown round tiles. And we're gonna put them on the sides here, and they're gonna make wheels. There should be 4 of these. And there should be 1 more. Here we are. We are then going to take this blue tile with a single stud in the center, and we're going to pop it in the center on here, followed by a brown 1x1 plate on the center, right here. Then, somewhere around here, there is going to be, here it is, a 1x1 black plate with a snot panel attached to it. We are going to take the snot panel, we're going to take this red 1x1 plate, pop it on top, and then on top of that, facing away from where the snot is, we have this quarter round like pizza slice of a tile, and we're gonna have the point of that facing away. Now the stud on the snot tile is going to attach to the cannon like so. And then we have a little horse-drawn carriage. I believe this is actually referencing an old Belleville set, specifically with the colors of the red on the horse and the blue on the carriage. I could be incorrect on that, but I do believe this is actually the same set that was included in the 90 Years of Play. Well, not the actual set. A small build meant to represent this set was included in the 90 Years of Play Classic box. Which is also where they decided to share with the world the best boy, the most perfect boy. Where is my best and most perfect boy? I have lost the boy. Where is the boy? Oh, here's the boy. Oh, thank God. I would not have been able to live with myself if I had actually forever lost the boy. The boy, of course, being... being Goofy Tahu. Oh God, I love this. I love this little fucker so much. I love him so much. He's so bad. All right. But okay. What's next? So we have this. We'll move it off to the side. He's doing his best. Damn straight he is, and we love him for it. All right. So we're going to start off with another one of this. This is a 2x12 green, as well as a 1x12 gray. We're going to attach this to the back of it, like so. Like so. And then there should be a 2x4 lighter green, and we are going to be putting this directly in the center to make a little T, like this. This is how they crucified Lego Jesus. Underneath that, we're going to take another 2x12 long, but we're going to attach it to the bottom. So technically, by the time we're done, this is going to be a 14 stud wide. Do I need to say it? Now we have these tiles that have the 2 studs on the side. One's going to go here. One is going to go over here. There we are. Oh, and then these are going to attach to yet more 12x2 or 2x12 green plates. Just fully extending. There we are. Let's see. Now we're going to continue the square with some more of these tiles with the 2 studs on them. Put these here, and we're going to complete the square with one more final 12x1 or 1x12 gray plate. We're going to finish off the square like so. Now, this is the footprint of the second part of the house, which if we compare it to the footprint of the first part we did, you'll notice that it is about 3 studs further forward than the other one. This is actually going to be the taller of the 2 segments. So what's going to happen is that when it folds up, so I mean, I need a couple more tiles for it to work, but let's pretend for a second. All right, that it connects like this. When it folds up, the taller and that's incorrect. Lol. The taller and wider bit is going to be in the back. So it's going to create this interesting silhouette where the main house only goes like my hand's in the way, goes up to here, but then the back bit goes way higher than that. It's going to be an interesting look. All right. So we finished that section. Now we are going to take this 6x12, I guess. Yeah, 6x12. 6x12 light green plate. We're going to attach it to the front. But our LEGO masters have not forsaken us, for although there is an empty space down here to complete the illusion, we have one more 2x12 plate to polish it off. Once again, instead of filling all this in and using more plastic, they purposely made it so it was blank to save both them and the consumer time and money. Hollowing out your modular plates, your modular builds, is very, very important to not completely breaking the bank. All right, so now we have the base print of the house. We have another 6x12. This is in Nougat, however. We're gonna put this in the back here. We're gonna line that up. This is gonna be the floor for the next room. And then we have, and these are interesting. I don't know if we've seen these on stream yet, but these are 4x6 plates. However, there's a tiled section in the center here, and the studs only go along the outside in a U shape. We're gonna have 2 of these. We're gonna have the studs facing outward. Is there supposed to be something here? Oh, I missed a step somewhere. Hold on. The Nougat doesn't go on yet. First, we have to put this here to raise this up so it's all even. How silly of me. How could I have ever thought anything differently? We're gonna put you here. We have another one. And we're gonna put you here. There we are. Fantastic. Oh, and now we have more fucking tiling. Now we have more fucking tiling. Alright. Okay, so starting from the seam between these two brown panels, we have a darker flesh round. Oop. A big tan round. Oop. A lighter flesh round. Another big tan round. There we are. Then over up here we have a lighter flesh round. Down below it we have a dark flesh round. There. Big tan round goes here. Then we should have one more darker flesh. And one more lighter flesh. Where's the last lighter flesh round? Here it is. Ah, yes, all the flesh. All the wonderful, wonderful flesh. And then we do have this dark brown round with a single ray stud in it. And that is going to go right here based on the instructions. Not sure what this is for, but we shall find out. On the back here, we want one of these masonry bricks with the single line facing inwards, followed by a clip brick, which I thought I saw, here it is, right here. So this is the brick. This clip is the brick that's going to connect to the U-bracket on the first build we did. This is where it's all going to come together. Oh, actually, and the next step is to make it all come together. Like so. Alright, so... And then if you look here, this is where... Let me rotate this so it's more of a reasonable angle for you. This is where it connects. And then we'll have one big full house. Ho-ho! Ho-ho, hee-hee. Okay. We are, however, not done. We will need this hinge to be in place. God, you'll never guess what I found at the bottom of the ocean in my fantasy farming game. You'll never guess in a million years. Is it the Master Sword or Mermaid Lesbians? Those are my two guesses. I know it's more than one. I'm cheating a little bit, but those are my two guesses, and I stand by them. All right. So what is next for this bag? Those would both make sense in my fantasy farming game, but no. Is it Crab Rave? It's the United States flag? Oh my god. It's the fucking ruined Statue of Liberty at the end of Planet of the Apes. You think you're in an alternate universe, but no, you're actually in a post-apocalyptic American Midwestern location. That is a ruin of the fallen empire, Tegan. You are a descendant of those who once saluted the red, the white, and the blue. Am I dead, or is this Ohio? It's Ohio! I'm just in Ohio again! Cox gun, you never left. Oh, God. Can you imagine, though? Fucking hell. Yes, darling? Come tuck you in. All right, guys. Behave. I'll be right back. I must tuck my beautiful wife in. So give me 1 second. I had to give her a smooch and her bedtime sleepy meds, and then make sure she goes all honk shore me. So I will be right back. we are back. Beautiful wife thanks you for all your good night wishes. She is sleepy, and she says, I am going to bed without you and having good snore me dreams. So, you know, pats her on the head. It's almost her birthday. It's almost beautiful wife's birthday, and we have plans. We are going to be going to. There is a river, a local river, where you can get into a big floaty and just leisurely float down the river. And they have a dock at the start and a dock at the end. I did remember my wife's birthday. Surprise, surprise. This time I recalled it. I know that sounds too difficult to believe, but yes, her birthday is soon. And we are going to be going there and just kind of with a whole bunch of friends, and we're just going to float down the river. The timeline is shifting. Oh, shut the fuck up, Tegan. Shut the fuck up. Alright, what am I doing? But it is her birthday soon, so she's all excited. All excited. Go ahead and put around here. Oh, I skipped a step over here. Okay, so I first need, so that's there. This hinge is here. We also need so this is a tile with 2 studs in it, technically a plate, except that it is rounded and it has 2 hollow studs in it. So we're gonna put that right here. Then we're going to put one of these 1x1 gray round pieces next to it. And then, interestingly enough, oh, I see what's happening. So we have a clip piece here and a clip piece here. We have a hand up there and then a hand here, so that these secure the house regardless of whether it's in open or closed position. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. We also have this piece up here. I thought I just saw it. Here it is. So this piece has been around for a long time. So this is a fence piece. Originally they were much taller than this, then they made a smaller one. It is a tile with this little plate coming up out of it with this, originally they were printed in white, and they were meant to be like white crisscross fences. These have been around since the 90s, I think. I want to say they started in Paradiso. During the 90s, LEGO decided they wanted to make a series that was aimed more for girls. This is before Belleville or any of that, by the way. So what they did was they made us a line called Paradisa, which was like a vague 90s idea of what Miami was like. So lots of pastels, but it was like partying on the beach. There was guys there with drinks and boom boxes. It's like one of the most 90s things you'll ever see in your life. Short-lived, the girls didn't latch onto it, but they made a lot of unique elements for it to make it have the vibe they wanted. And some of them have survived into modern day, including one of these bad boys. We are going to... Oh, I see what I have to do. I'm looking at the instructions like, what have I fucking forgotten? First, we need to get another one of these elements here. Another one of these tiles with a stud on either end. We're going to pop it back here. Or no, we're going to pop it forward like this. Yes, that's correct. And then we're going to angle this fence piece so that the plate is flush against, like so. Okay? Yes, that is correct. Double checking my work. Yes, that is correct. Now it's going to have us start working on this far wall. We are going to start with... Did I put a white piece back here? I was supposed to put a 4x1 white brick on the back right here. Fuck. I am good at Lego. I need to tell you guys, we got a Target, right? And I get out of the car, and I gather the backpack, and I wait for my wife, and we walk in at a leisurely pace. I go and I grab a buggy, and I start slowly walking towards the Lego. And the entire time we're walking towards the Lego section, my wife is looking at me out of the corner of her eye and smiling. And I am walking at a normal pace, like a normal human being. And I say, what? What's going on? What are you looking at? And she says, I can see you holding yourself back from breaking out into a run. And I said, I am a normal 31-year-old man. I am in control of my emotions. I can act sensible walking towards the Target 50% Lego sale. She started laughing. Oh, it was hard though. It was so hard. Oh, I was like, I wanted to book it. Those damn kids will have gotten all the good Lego sets if I'm not quick about it. This is only 1% of your true power, Gata. It's true. It's true. If I allowed myself to unleash my full potential, no small child would be able to stand against me. I would destroy them where they stood. All right. We have another one of these window frame pieces, which means we also have one of these clear panes. We will snap those into place. And similar to the other windows, it wants us to take these guardrail pieces, snap them on the top and bottom to make the awnings and windowsill. And that is going to go here, next to that wall. And we're going to take a single 1x2 white plate to round that out. Let me pick it up so I can show you what it's looking like so far. Oh. The problem is we're going to be building up on top of this hinge, so it really needs to be in place. I can't build both sides separately and then combine them because of how it works. Alas. Okay. On this section, we are going to pile multiples of these white brackets, these L corners bricks. Technically a 2x2, but missing one of the, one of the two. We're going to stack 4 of these on top of each other. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then on this stud and this stud, we're going to take 2 of these 1x1 squares. And we're going to finish that up. Don't know what's going to go there, but we'll figure it out. We're then going to put this on the corner here so that it hangs over the clip on the bottom, you see. Oh, we're actually going to replicate that. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for the other wall. Did not realize that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then similarly, we're going to put the single white bricks on the outer side here. And we're going to angle it so that the missing brick, the missing one, is outward. There we go. All right. Now it wants us to take this door frame. Oh, actually, hold up. Yeah. It wants to take this door frame, and it very specifically wants us to place it. Where's the holes on this side? So that it swings outwards like this. All right, and the reason why will become apparent ever so shortly. And this is going to go on this side, like so. We're going to take the remaining pane, put it in here, Doesn't matter which way it goes. It's going to snap into all places and be solid. And we're going to put it next to that door. There we are. Swanky. Very swanky. Very swanky. I wish I could live in a place like this. All right. Now, we're going to start working on the patio area. We have these nougat gate pieces. Originally, these were used as prison bars, if memory serves. In the original run of police sets. We're going to attach this 3x1 dark brown tile. And then this is fun, all right? So this is a telescope piece. Originally made for the Lego Pirate sets, way back when. Way back. Now, however, we are using it as part of the porch of this location. We're gonna put it here, and we're gonna repeat the process for the other side. Let me pick it up so you can see what it looks like now. I really love the way all these pieces end up mix and match across sets. A vertical support, that's a way of wording it, yeah. The Lego designers are not dumb. They find the best ways to make use of as many pieces as possible. I made dinner. Well, thank you. I hope we're enough to share, because I am starving. No, I'm kidding. I've already ate. Don't worry about it. Oh, I see. So this is how we're gonna connect the vertical support back to the house. So first we need a 5x1. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera. 5x1 nougat plate. It's mac and cheese, Casio, and pepe with rotisserie chicken. That sounds fucking delicious. I probably shouldn't have the mac and cheese, unfortunately. Too much cheese for me. But thank you. I can smell it from here. It smells great. We're going to put this 3x1 brown tile on top. We then have these 1x1 white plates here. We're going to put one on top and one on
joke time.
The bottom.
Shut up and listen.
Oh, okay.
What do you get if you cross an elephant with a chicken?
I don't know. What do you get when you cross an elephant with a chicken?
A pachyderm.
I do it to myself, really. Hold on, did I fucking skip a step again? I love Henbert, you'd have to. I did skip a step. I'm supposed to put 2 of these telescopes on to raise it up slightly higher. I was wondering why it wasn't balancing out. There we go. And then we have the whites on here so that it connects something that can remember why it crossed the road. Apparently we don't have too many of those, yeah. All right, here's the other plate. Here's another tile on the center. Here's another white plate. Here's another white plate. We're going to attach it here. And look at that. Look at how good that is. It's looking like a real porch now. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Next, we want to take this very long. I think this is 12 long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, a 12x1 brown plate. All right. And we're going to take these 6x1 nougat tiles, and we're going to cover up all these studs. Like so. And then we're going to place it ever so gently to box in this porch area. There we are. Very nice. I would hang little hummingbird feeders so I could sit and watch the hummers come by. Oh, now it wants me to completely rotate the builds. Actually, let me go ahead and actually snap this together so it's easier for me to move about. Here's the bottom floor so far, by the way, guys. I'm gonna rotate this whole doodad around. And we are going to be working on this area here. So next to this here, we're gonna take a masonry brick, and we are going to make it so that the line faces outwards, like so. Kind of hard to maneuver my arm around this arm that's holding the camera in place, but we'll figure it out. We are then going to take this round gray bit here, and we're going to pop it, where is it? In the back? Yes, we're going to pop it in the back, like so. Okay. Now, we have another one of these not quite too tall bricks that has the snot bricks on the front and nowhere else. We're going to take this, and we're also going to take this black clip, which is attached to a single black plate. This is going to go on the bottom like so. And then we have another one of these pizza slice black tiles. This we're going to angle so that the round bit connects to the... On this camera, it's barely visible because of how black reads, but I promise it looks good. And we are going to set it right next to the bricks that we just put down, like so. We are then going to do the exact same thing. However, this time, where's the other clip? Here it is. This time we're going to have the pizza pie tile going the other way, so that when the two of them connect, make a little arch. We're also, you're gonna like this. So this is a piece that we saw relatively recently. This is the knight's helmet feather. This time done in a transparent orange. I don't think it's transparent neon orange. I think it's just transparent orange. We last saw this piece. Originally, this went into the top of knights' helmets to give them unique feathers and flares, depending on what faction they were with way back when. This has survived into modern day. That one is all over the place, in every fucking color, too. It's so useful. We saw it in transparent blue to create the water coming out of a spout, if you remember. We attached it to a spout like so, and it was transparent blue. In this instance, we are going to attach it to this clip. Okay, just make sure that's angled right. And we are going to place it right here because we are building a tiny fireplace. This is going to be a fireplace build. So it's the fire inside of this nice little cozy fireplace. Isn't that cute as shit? I think it is. And we're going to finish this fireplace casing it in with one more masonry brick and then another one of these rounds. Look at that. Look at how cute that fucking is. The lighting isn't great, unfortunately, and the camera doesn't want to focus, but yep. It's a little fire in the fireplace. A little fire in the fireplace. Let's see here. We're going to take this arch brick here, and we're going to pop it in front. There we are. And then we do have this. Is this olive green? I think this is sand green, actually. This sand green rounded tile with two hollow studs. We're going to actually be putting that directly behind the fireplace. I don't think the color matters. I think it's literally just here so that it can fill in some space and they can say, yeah, we use sand green. Not that sand green isn't already popular, but there used to be all sorts of sand colors. They had sand blue, which I think is still in production. They had sand purple, which has been gone for a while. Sand Red, which has also been gone for at least 2003. The last time they were seriously used, I believe, was the Life on Mars theme, which came out the same time. Which rover was it? The first time they sent a rover to Mars in the 2000s. It was a big deal. So LEGO made sure they had a space theme that used more realistic NASA stuff. It was Curiosity. Probably it was Curiosity. So that year, LEGO had a theme called Life on Mars, which was a big what if there are Martians and what if we did meet them. And it was very cute. I loved it immensely. Unfortunately, the gimmick was a suction pipe. So the idea was that the Martians would get into these pods, and then there would be a giant button that kids could press that would cause a pump action that would push the pods through these pipes. They could wind around like a fucking hamster cage. And it was a cute idea, but it didn't always work very well. And because it was so expensive, the sets were so expensive because each set had to have one of the big pumping things. So it didn't sell very well, unfortunately. And that was when LEGO started cutting a whole bunch of colors to cut back on costs. And Sand Purple and Sand Red, unfortunately, were part of that. They have yet to return. Maybe someday. But okay. So that's the base of the fireplace. Now, we're gonna take this 4x1 masonry brick. We are going to take 2 of these single gray studs, and we are going to pop them on the corners, like so. We have, here it is, the tan 2x1 plate with the snot attachment. We're going to pop that here, and then we're going to take our ship, our painting of a ship. We're going to attach it to the front. There we go. Now, right behind that, we're going to take this 4x1 tile with the 2 studs. Pop it on here. Come on. Angle right. Angle right, please. There we go. And then we're going to put another masonry brick on top of that. Only according to these instructions, this time the straight line needs to be facing in. So what difference do the snot studs make? So normally on a regular LEGO brick, the only place there are studs are on the top, and the only place there are anti-studs are on the bottom. There is not usually, this has changed in modern times, but typically there are not any studs or anti-studs along the sides. By including these snots, which stands for studs not on top, by the way, by adding these snot studs on the side, it allows us to do things like attach this tile vertically, or I guess they rotate it so that normally this tile would have to be flat on the ground because the anti-studs are on the bottom of it. Yes. It's terminology that I've been throwing around as though everyone here should just inherently know it, and I do apologize. But yeah, no, it is an anagram. I thought it was because the hollow studs look kind of like nostrils. I do believe that there are some connections that exist solely because they offer the right kind of friction for a connection, but I don't think this is one of them, no. We are then going to take one final 2x1 masonry bricks, and we're going to put it on the corner like so. Then we are going to attach this to the back, and voila, we have our, can I see it through the window? Not very well. We have our fireplace. Now, the reason why this on both sides has been not had much of anything, we're gonna put another one of these hinges up here to make it more stable. That is actually the next step we're gonna do. we are going to take this tan hinge piece. On this side, we're going to take a 1x2 white plate and pot it on the bottom. We are going to take this round gray tile with hollow studs, put it on the bottom of the opposite side. Then we are going to replicate that on top. We want another white tile here. And we want another gray round tile. I have 3. Hey, what the shit? Okay, hold on. Here we go. There we go. And then we're gonna snap this here and here. So now it's all level, and there is a gotta give a little pull in it because there's that clip. Now the whole thing rotates. The whole thing rotates. Fantastic. All right. So now we're gonna get into the furniture for the inside of this living space. So it is gonna get a little fiddly, but it should be good. We're gonna start off with this dark brown 2x1 plate. We're gonna take 2 of these gray studs here, pop them on the bottom. We have one of these brown corner pieces, these brown corner tiles. We are going to angle it. If you see my head, don't mind me. I'm just poking closer. Okay, so we're gonna angle it so that the corner is hidden, like so. And then we're going to take this. This is a brown brick that has a single hollow stud on one side and no divot. Gonna go right here. Also gonna put another stud to cover that up. A 2x1 brown plate will go on top. This is looking like a little chest of drawers here. We're going to put one of these sand green studs. Don't mind any thumping you may hear. The boys have messed around in Rutabaga's house, and she's angry from afar. We're gonna pop it here. And then we have this lime green leaf piece. We're gonna put right here. And last but not least, this one's cute. You're gonna like this. So this is, I don't think I've shown one of these on stream yet. These are, this is a single stud piece. But as you can see, if I get close enough, it has detailing around the sides that look like flower petals. So it's a cute little flower piece. We pop that on top. And now it's a little thingamabob. It's a chest of drawers with a little flower on top. And we are gonna go ahead and put that one stud over from the wall. It's not gonna sit flush with the door. But there we go. Alright, what is next? Next, we have these this yellowish orange. It looks more yellow on camera. One of these, 2x4, and take a 1x2, the same color, put it in the back. We then are going to take 2 of these 1x2 plates. We're going to put them on the sides like so. And we're going to take another one of these 4x1s and put it underneath that. So it's going to make a little seat, right? We're going to rotate the whole thing over. We have these 3x1 hollow brisket. What are you doing? Hello? Brisket, you know better. Excuse you, sir. You are not allowed on the Lego table. You are not allowed. Oh, I don't care if you rub up against me so cutely. Causing problems. I love him. He is causing problems. There's no good way for me to show you to him without fucking up the camera. Get, buddy. I'm sorry. It is because it is past 9 p.m. After 9 p.m., he is sleepy, and he wants Dad to be in bed so he can cuddle. So he comes to my computer and he rubs against my microphone and he bumps against my keyboard. And he goes, "Oh, look at me. Aren't I cute and fuzzy wuzzy? Don't you want to come sleep? Don't you want to come cuddle?" Once I get in bed, he bounds over from wherever he is and plops down on his spot and goes right to sleep. He's such a little shit. And I love him so much. But yeah, these are going to go on the bottom here. These are going to be like the legs. Amazing. Yeah, he's too smart for his own good. All right. We're going to flip it back over. Here in the center, we are going to put this round piece. That's going to be like the cushion. It's going to be like the couch cushion, you see? At 6 a.m., Bach comes into our room and shouts with the teeniest, tiniest meow I've ever heard. Oh, maybe if I sound extra pathetic, Mom and Dad will think that I need them so desperately. So desperately. This is interesting because it is a rounded 1x1. It's not quite a full brick, but it has this kind of round shape to it. It makes Alex so mad because he's trying to sleep in. He won't leave until Alex is up. I can get up. It doesn't matter. He wants Alex up. That is so cute. I mean, not for Alex, but it is so, so cute. Like, "Dad, Father, please. I want your attention." All right. I'm going to take one of these arch pieces that have a little plate sticking out of it. "Dad, it's awake time." Before sunrise, he's your son. All right, this is the back of the couch. We are going to put this one last tile here. And then we have 4 more of these little round pieces that are going to be the arms of the chair. If you wanted this couch design to have more of a grip, they do make rounds with studs in them in this color. So you could put that there for your minifigures to have something more to attach to. But in the meantime, this is a very nice smoothed over comfy chair. And we are apparently going to put this one stud in front of the fireplace. One stud away from the fireplace. Not the most safe location to put it, I don't think. But there needs to be some room behind it to get to the door. So here is what the inside of the house looks like so far. I'm sorry the lighting isn't ideal. Hopefully the next time we do this, it'll be a little brighter. Oh, unfortunately, that is the end of bag 2, even though we have a number of leftover pieces left. These are all just extras in case we need them, which is useful for me because it means that I can use them in my other builds later. But for right now, this is what we have for the first floor. We have the front door. What if we built more anyway? It is 9:47 and I have my day job to get to tomorrow. I can't leave a job unfinished, so when I stream tomorrow, it'll probably be more of this. We'll finish this tomorrow night, I promise, I promise. Let me show you real quick. So, the clips are... So this bit connects to this clip in here. And then we have this clip here. Pops into place. So now we have both. Now this is the back porch instead of the front porch. You can't really interact with... Actually, you can see the whole living room area. The living room and kitchen combined. That is so cute. So cute. And let's grab... Let's put Dad with his favorite mug. I'm assuming he's Dad. In the chair here. And then the kid is over in the kitchen thinking about tomato soup. And they're just a happy little family in there. Yeah, they are. All right. I don't know who is rating, who is streaming right now. And I don't know if I can even get to my computer to figure out in a timely fashion Who do we know who's streaming right now? Twitch.tv. Who do I know that I can send you all off to? So tomorrow, I'll finish streaming. Let's go. Oh! Miss Jackie is playing Majora's Mask randomized. That sounds like fun. Let's go bother Miss Jackie. Tell her that I was building Legos and that I didn't get to it, but there is a cat. So there we go. I will see you guys tomorrow for more Lego. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.